Hey guys, this is really hard for me to do. My name is Lindsay Cheney. My daughter's name is Haley Cheney. We found her shot in her car at her boyfriend's residence in Aubrey, Texas on December 3rd, 2023.
Haley Cheney was beautiful, both inside and out. She was born in Claiborne, Texas, at Walls Regional Hospital, May 7, 1999. It was said that even on the worst day, Haley was destined to make others smile. Graduating from DeSoto High School, she wanted to pursue forensic pathology. She took courses in phlebotomy at Mountain View College in 2017, known to her family as the one who spread positivity amongst her siblings. Tragically, she left this life on December 3rd, 2023, in a very suspicious manner, survived by her loved ones and the love of her life, her son, leaving behind the burning question: what really happened to Haley Cheney? Welcome to Crimes Among Us. According to family, tensions escalated when Haley became pregnant. He did not want to be her father, and there were texts proving this, allegedly texting, "I am not ready to be a dad." Haley said, "I know." His intentions seemed transparent as he stayed completely away during her pregnancy until the end of her final trimester. Nevertheless, dinner was set up for the introduction of Haley to his parents. But the boyfriend had to work and skipped the dinner. So Haley ate with his parents by herself, which was kind of awkward. Only if she had took a step back away from him, this time things would be different.
Fucking serious. Like, I wouldn't want to, but I will hurt you, girl. I will literally end your existence.
Haley's mother, Lindsay, reflects on December 2nd, 2023, the day before Haley's life came to a shocking end. It was just like any other day starting out. We texted as we always did. We even talked about the shoes she had been wanting for Christmas. She sent pictures of my grandson as late as 8:58 p.m. on that evening. Around 11:43 p.m., Haley's mother explains she began receiving concerning calls, texts, and voicemails from Haley's boyfriend. She could hear Haley arguing with his family in the background, which made her very nervous.
Stop. Stop. Nobody wants to hear from you. I asked you to sit down. I'm just like a bitch. Stop saying that to me. Hey, stop it. Give me my fucking son. Stop it. Give me my fucking son.
His parents' house where he stayed was a little over an hour away, but Haley's mother knew she had to be there for her. She called her mother, Haley's grandmother. Her other daughter, Taylor, and granddaughter were there. She told them to be ready. She was picking them up. She fills them in, and as the ride begins to Aubrey, Texas, messages and phone calls would be exchanged. Lindsay texts Haley's boyfriend and tells him to have Haley to call because she was not picking up her phone. This was at 11:49. At 11:54, the boyfriend says she just had way too much to drink and she is about to fall asleep. At 11:56, he texts again, this time saying, "I literally don't know what her problem is. I tried to make her eat and drink Gatorade, but she took it as me being on some shit." Lindsay explains to him through a text at 11:57 that she is already on the way. By 11:59 p.m., a missed call from Haley's boyfriend had appeared on Haley's phone. After trying to contact her daughter several times, Haley finally answers the phone. At 12:18 a.m., emphatically saying, "Mom, get here quick." She then texts her mom at 12:21 a.m. explaining she don't give a F. They won't keep my son away from me. Lindsay texts right back, "Hell no, of course having her daughter's back." You have to understand that they were a very close-knit family, even referring to themselves as the Fab Five. Seconds later, the boyfriend texts Lindsay and says Haley's leaving. She's not driving, but she took off walking. He then says she dropped her phone on the way out. Lindsay calls her repeatedly, but no answer. By 12:45, the boyfriend texts Lindsay. She's just sitting in her car. I think she fell asleep. Lindsay texts right back saying, "I'm about to be there." And at 12:55 a.m., they arrive. But before they arrive, they decide that it's best if her other daughter, Taylor, got out to get her sister and nephew. But when she got out, she noticed the passenger side of the vehicle was wide open, with Haley's arm clearly hanging out, which was weird. She always got into the driver's seat unless someone else was in the car with her. Do y'all realize just how awkward it is sitting in the passenger side of your vehicle? I've tried this. I went inside of my vehicle, sat purposely on the passenger side, and I mean, it is the most unnatural feel. I want y'all to do me a favor, whether it's after this video or if you pause this for a second, go and sit on the passenger side of your vehicle and come back and let me know in the comments if that's not the most awkward feeling that you've ever felt. You don't even feel in control. Now, let's get this straight. I'm not saying that there was somebody else inside of that vehicle, but it's so unnatural feeling that I can't understand why anyone would want to go and sit in the passenger side of their vehicle. It's strange, you guys, but let's get back to the story. Wow, walking up the driveway, she could see the boyfriend's mother, his brother, and sister standing at the front door of their home in crystal clear view of Haley's car, roughly 5 to 6 foot away. Her boyfriend and his father were nowhere to be found in that moment. The boyfriend's mother greets her with a calm, "Hi, how are y'all doing?" When Taylor reached the car, she saw Haley bleeding bad from her head. She knew right away something was terribly wrong. She started shaking her to see if she was responsive, then noticed there was an object in her lap. Thinking it may be her keys, she goes to move it, realizing only then it was a gun. She picks it up, and the brother's wife allegedly shouting, "We have kids in here." So close to the vehicle she could determine the small .380 Ruger was a gun from where they stood, yet far enough away at 5 foot not to hear the shot, or to be able to tell something was wrong with Haley. She places the weapon in the side of the door, trying to process what was going on. Haley's family gets out their vehicle, realizing the commotion. Taylor yells, "Mom, she's bleeding everywhere," as she begins to panic and scream, asking what the F happened to my sister. Her boyfriend's mother says, "What do you mean? She's sleeping." She walks toward the car and with seemingly no emotion or concern, she says, "She wasn't like that." She returns to her doorway. Then, the boyfriend's brother reportedly leaves the doorway, pacing erratically in a triangular formation with his shirt off, waving it around, saying, "She wasn't like that, bitch." Haley's mother makes it out to the car and she yells, "Haley," but she is completely non-responsive. Lindsay turned and asked the other family had they called 911. They just stared at her like she didn't ask the question.
1:00 a.m. 49 seconds, December 3, 2023.
What's the address again?
Yeah, I need somebody to,
Okay, can you repeat the address? Okay, tell me exactly what happened.
my brother's girlfriend, they were getting into it. She went outside. Her parents pulled up, and it looks like she shot herself.
All right, are you with her now?
I'm standing outside in front of the car. Her family just pulled up, and that's when they realized it happened.
Okay, how old is she?
23, 24.
Okay. Is she awake?
No.
Okay. Is she breathing?
No, it doesn't look like it.
It happened out here.
Okay.
I'm on the phone with him now. This happened out here. This happened out
Okay.
here. She been outside 45 minutes.
Do you believe that she's beyond any help?
What you mean she can't do that by herself? She been out here. She been out here for 45 minutes. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? It's a camera right here, fam. What's wrong with her, bro?
Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay. So do you believe she's beyond help?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay. Where did she herself at?
It looks like in the side of her head.
Okay.
So what happened was maybe an hour and a half ago she got into it. She went outside of the car to calm down. We stayed inside. Her family pulled up. We came outside with her family. They opened the door, and it looks like she's bleeding from the side of her head.
Okay. What is her name?
Her name is Haley. I don't know her last name.
Okay. All right, they are on their way. Okay, I'm just going to keep you on the phone until they get there, okay?
Yeah, I hear him.
What the fuck?
Do you know where the gun is?
I couldn't tell you.
Okay.
It's our first time stepping outside. I couldn't tell you.
Hell no!
nobody do shit, bro. Don't come out here with that shit, bro. Bro, I don't care about none of that, fam. I don't care about that. I don't either. Yeah, she did that. She did that. She came out. She came outside and did that. Camera right here. Camera right here. Camera right here. Camera right here. Right there. Bro, don't care about that shit, bro. Camera right here, fam. Don't come in here accusing nobody of that. It's not you. It's her talking crazy, bro. She not gonna say somebody did that shit. I don't care about that. No, she not gonna say nobody did that because somebody, bro. Yeah, you still there?
I'm here.
I'm sorry about that. Yeah, it's a bunch of extra going on. I'm sorry.
Sure, I understand. So, are you able to make sure everything is the way you found it?
Yeah, ain't nobody stepped out to the car and touched nothing yet.
Okay. Where are her parents?
They're outside.
Okay.
Yeah, 15 minutes ago we went outside, checked on her. She was outside asleep. Her family pulls up to the house, checks on her. She's bleeding. It looks like she shit herself.
Okay, do you see officers outside?
Yeah, they're out here now.
Okay. All right, well, can you stay inside until they come and talk to you in the house, okay?
Yeah, I'm at the door
right.
now. I appreciate you.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
She then notices that Haley's boyfriend is standing midway down the stairs inside the residence. His hair wet, his appearance freshly showered. He stares at Lindsay. She couldn't help it and begins yelling, "You killed my daughter." He walks back up the stairs with no response. She calls 911.
1:01 a.m. 38 seconds, December 3, 2023.
911, what's the address of the emergency?
Yes, ma'am. I need somebody here.
What's the address?
What's the address? What's the address? What is the address? What is the address? Here. I'm on the phone. What the fuck? You see her fucking here? So she didn't do that. She didn't do that. She did that. We need somebody here.
Ma'am, I need the address.
It is, I'm trying to get you the address. My daughter's bleeding. It is, yeah, I love you, Webby.
Hello? Hello?
Hey. Webby.
Ma'am, hello?
Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry. I was.
Are you on? Listen to me. Are you on?
Nah, bro.
Hello?
Dude, like I am like, dude, what the fuck? Don't fucking touch me, dude. You see my fucking gun? You see my gun? Yeah. Yeah, I'm on the phone. Y'all are fucking crazy, bro.
Hello?
We're here, please, some help. Please help.
Can you hear me?
Exactly, it's just a fucking face. Dude, yes, they've been fighting and now my daughter is out here. I didn't know anything was going on with her. They said she did it or something. Please help her.
While waiting for the first responders to arrive, words are exchanged between the two families. During the midst of all of this, Little Elm police finally arrived 3 houses down in the wrong place, so Taylor ran to the road to flag them down. While she was doing this, the boyfriend's father walked up behind Lindsay, placing his hand on her shoulder. "Hey, how are you doing? Get your hands off of me." And she didn't say it so nicely. Haley's family has never understood why the boyfriend's family's reactions were always so passive and calm during the death of her daughter. The police instruct everyone to step back. The paramedics were working on getting Haley out of the car, and they start asking questions. They explained they drove an hour to pick them up. There was a disturbance between Haley and the boyfriend's family. Someone had to hurt her. She would have never done this to herself, knowing they were on the way to get them. They placed the gun and evidence and wheeled Haley on the stretcher to the ambulance. Haley's mom asked, would she be okay? He said she's breathing. For now. They followed behind the ambulance and all met up at the hospital. They wait for word on her condition. 3 hours later, the doctor gives them the devastating news. The injury to her head is non-survivable. She had 5 doctors working on her. Her heart beat on, but her brain was dead, shattering her family's heart into a million pieces. They would let them see her one final time while her heart was still beating. While waiting to enter the room, 2 detectives arrive. They ask what happened. After listening to their story, one of the detectives allegedly says, "Y'all may have to accept the fact that this was self-inflicted." They had talked to the boyfriend's family and their stories match up. They watched the Ring doorbell footage. She walked to the car by herself. The brother's wife went out to the vehicle twice. She didn't look distraught. When she walked back into the house, she probably assumed that she was asleep. There was no sound, and it did not show when the gun was fired. Lindsay asked the detective about GSR testing. He said they don't feel the need to, but she kept insisting. That's when he says he promised at least to do her hands. The lead detective handed them his card and said he will be out of pocket for the next few days and will get back to them soon. They finally get to see Haley. The scene was awful. Multiple doctors, tubes, and machines everywhere. They said their goodbyes to Haley. She transitioned at 5:58 a.m. Mom reached out to hold her daughter's hands one last time, but they were bagged. She thought for a second, at least they'll know she didn't do this to herself. The hospital cut a lock of her hair for Mom to hold on to. It is said that the boyfriend nor anyone in his family came to the hospital or even called to check on her. According to Haley's family, no gunshot residue testing was ever done or completed at the time of her death. Haley's mother reports that she has proof and text messages along with voicemails of Haley fighting with the boyfriend's family, demanding them to give her son to them that very night. Yet no real investigation was ever done.
We were called all the way out here for this.
Well, I didn't think this was a conversation to have over the phone. You can come at me all you want.
It's not that I'm not.
I'm the chief of this agency,
right?
And you've asked me to review this, and I have reviewed it.
Okay. Did you check the gun for matter or DNA, like I asked, or did we do fingerprinting?
We're not going to do that.
I was waiting on Detective Keith to come back up. He's downstairs.
Okay.
We don't have the autopsy report either. Is it on a? Hi, Detective Keith. Oh. I was just telling him I just talked to you. So.
Oh yeah.
Do you don't have the actual report?
I have the report, but it's emailed to me.
That's fine.
Yeah.
You want to send it to me so I can see it?
Well, hey, would you be okay with just somebody saying that they saw a video of her going to her car by herself if it was your child?
So I have a daughter.
Okay.
The only difference between my family and yours is I know what I'm looking at, and I know when it's not done right.
He told me he would GSR her hands to give us. They bagged her hands and everything, and he promised. He swore to us in the hospital he was going to test them to give us peace of mind.
She's going to have GSR on it.
I mean, but he should have. There was nothing in the car. There's nothing. We did our own DNA or GSR testing.
It wouldn't be GSR on the outside.
Oh, it was. Oh, it was on the outside door handle. On the door.
Who's telling you?
We recorded it. We did it. We did our own GSR test.
And that's wildly unreliable.
It might be, but it was on the outside door handle.
Sure it is, but how many people were around that car and that's such a
none of us.
They're brushing.
Who opened the door?
But
as soon as my mom got the car, brought it to her house, it's been covered since day one. Like it has not been touched.
There's no way that there's GSR on the outside of that car.
There's if you open the door handle, it's swap right there. There's all kinds of GSR right there.
Document you're going to go to a learned person about that because they're going to discount that GSR.
We did everywhere. We did 30 tests, and I have them.
But who vetted your findings?
Me and my friend and my daughter, we decided we were going to do our own investigation, and we've been trying to solve this ourselves because we haven't gotten anything except a video that just shows my daughter going to the car. So
did you?
She was at least in the car. I don't think she was ever even in the car.
How was gunshot residue still on a vehicle?
Have you seen the car pictures?
This many months later, when it's not even visible on people's hands when they're present when a gun is fired.
Beats the hell out of me. Anything except on the outside door handle, so I'm like, somebody put her in there.
What gives you a false positive on GSR?
I don't know. I'd have to look.
Haley's mother has advised that her case is now closed, using the ruling cleared by exception. She explains that only an incident report has been given to the family by law enforcement. The family is fighting for other additional records related to Haley's case. Lindsay has explained Haley does not have a history of depression. She believes the detective painted a false narrative to the medical examiners. All of the 911 calls made on that day Haley passed have been blocked by the city attorney. According to her family, to make matters worse, the gun was never fingerprinted. Forensic testing was never performed.
This has been the worst 9 months of our lives, especially having to fight the system every day to get any kind of investigation done. We've known that there was foul play, but the Little Elm Police Department has done absolutely no investigation, forensics, absolutely nothing, even after there was a known altercation with the entire family over them not giving her her baby back before she was shot. The detectives even told us she took her own life before she was even taken off of life support. Y'all, please help us with this fight. We need everybody's help. Please help us get Haley the justice she so rightly deserves. Justice for Haley Cheney.
If you're a true crime fan or you would just like to see these families get justice, please take a second to subscribe to my channel. Click that notification so you'll know when I post my videos. If you're not already subscribed to me on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, you can also listen to me there. If you have a case that you would like for me to cover, please leave it in the comments. On average, 40% of murders in the U.S. go unsolved. Once a case becomes cold, it is treated as a non-priority. The families that are left without justice need answers. Their cases deserve your undivided attention. Tune in next time and help me ensure what's done in the dark will always come to the light.